Welcome into the Fan Speak Network. I am your host, Justin Bruni. Joining me, as always, is my co-host and partner, Mr. Andrew, the TD King. Rob, happy Friday, sir. We have made it to the divisional round. How are we doing? Happy Friday.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's good, man. Good. Had a great week of betting last week. We hit the UD streets on Wednesday. If you haven't already, go check that out. If you are still getting in your underdog battle royale drafts, see what we like. Look at the spreadsheet that we put together. It was a good time there. And man, I'm ready to cash some more tickets this week. Got a lot of stuff for the people. A lot of good trend bets this week as well, courtesy of propbots.ai. Don't go download it yet. I did talk to David. If you download it now, because we don't have our affiliate link, it will not count for us. So do not go download it yet. Wait just a moment. He will get us that link to provide everyone so you guys can go check out propsbot.ai yourself. It is a very cool tool. It's more of a data tool, I would say. Like there's, confidence scores and things, which I like to look at. But for me, like I like to put my own bets together. I just like to look at the trends, if these bets are good bets, bad bets, how they've done last 5, 10, 20. So it is very, really cool tool. Obviously, Bruni, you've been cashing tickets. You've been showing me left and right. So very cool and exciting for the people.
Yep. Really appreciate that app and that platform. Really good for just checking your work, right? You're like, oh, I got a feeling about this guy. Let's go in, let's check the numbers. Maybe my hunch isn't feeling so good. You try to get it up to the, higher percentage plays. I have a few in here as well. So yeah, very excited for the divisional round. Let's go ahead and smash the like button, share the video, and follow the Fan Speak Network here on YouTube. Best ball streets are going to be wide open here in a couple of weeks. So while we still have you well fed, in the betting market, we are going to be back in the streets doing some drafts very, very soon. No time for any turnover. It's 2025. That means it's time to draft some 2025 fantasy football teams. Let's ride.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Obviously, Jamie checking in the chat. He says, giddy up. He says, this is the show where I cash in on all of your knowledge, free money. Like, subscribe, share the wealth. Thank you, Jamie. Appreciate you as always. And was that Dark Side Dev? You boys are sharp. I can vouch. Appreciate you, sir. If I had my hat on, tip of the cap. Got my old dad hat in the back here. Never put this on the show, but it feels special. Something about this show and these moments feel good. Got the old dad hat in the back.
Nice. Mine says girl dad. You just got the dad.
Just dad, At the time when I bought it, I did only have one son, and we knew we were going to have a second kid. So I didn't know to buy boy dad, girl dad, dad. So just dad right out of the gate.
Like it. Love it. Great golf hat. Great golf hat.
Great golf hat.
I'm assuming let's go game by game again this week, just because we have just the few matchups here.
Yep. Let me just pull up here so people can see what game we're talking about as we do go through it. I think next year, as we do these shows again, we should have on the side. I like some of the shows I watched that on the side it kind of shows like in order like what you're going to talk about. I think we need to investigate maybe getting that on the show so people see what we're talking about now coming up as well.
Pardon the interruption sidebar.
Yeah, something of that nature.
Okay.
Right. All right. So first game we have on the divisional weekend is the Houston Texans coming to the Kansas City Chiefs. Current spread, Chiefs -8.5. It was 7.5 when it opened, all the way up to 8.5 now. 41.5 is the total. All right, Brundog, for me to open the show, give me a man that's and this is courtesy of 4 for 4. I was watching their show and I got this tidbit from it. I already like the bet, but the tidbit came and I'm like, I love it even more. I went and double bet it. DeAndre Hopkins was sent to the Chiefs, and there was conditions on what his draft pick or what pick they were going to be sending back is. He couldn't play more than 65% of the snaps in the regular season, or else they had to send an additional, I think it was like from a fifth to a fourth or a sixth to a fifth. I forget now. But if you look at his splits, he played anywhere from 40% to like 60% the entire year. That was only that conditional pick, the conditional, what they send back was only for the regular season. Mm-hmm. I think that they have been saving him for this moment. Now he can play much more, and I think this is his time. I went and bet DeAndre Hopkins over 30.5 receiving yards. You can still get it at 30. There was a 29.5 floating out there, which I got. Also bet it again at 30.5. So you can still get it at 30.5. It is -115. This has hit in 80% last 5, 70% last 10, 60% last 20 for DeAndre Hopkins. Very, very easy to get there. I mean, this could be all but 1 to 2 catches for him. I mean, especially in a game where he's playing his old team, he's lit up for this game, right? I mean, they've already played him. I understand that. But still, to be able to knock out your old team in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, that means something to a player. And I think that they're going to do right by him and make sure he at least gets this 30.5 receiving yards. It's wild when you look, and again, courtesy of Prop Spot, you can find this number anywhere from like 30.5 to like 37.5. It is all over the board. So go get that 30.5 now, because as another pick that I have coming up for another game, I was talking to a buddy, shout out Ginder if he's in the chat yet, on another bet that he really liked and I really liked. And I told him to go bet it now because it was going up, and you could see it on props bets. You could see all the other books that have it and what it's at and what it was. And they were all going up. I'm like, this is going to go up. Well, it did. Same thing with the Hopkins one. I think this is going to rise. And I would go get that right now if you can at 30.5.
Yeah, the game is tomorrow, so we are going to see some fluctuation here. I also have a Hopkins prop, except for I have the receptions over 2.5 catches, paying -160, so a little bit of juice on it. But I'd be willing to ladder this up 3, 4, 5.5 catches. I think, like you, he's going to be very involved. He's coming off of three weeks rest, so there's going to be plenty of opportunity for him in this one. And again, a lot of these guys this weekend specifically, veterans that came to new teams to make potential playoff runs, now have that opportunity. Hopkins here, Eckler with the Commanders, Amari Cooper with the Buffalo Bills, seeing a lot of it with this remaining Elite 8 teams. I am chasing Hopkins as well this week. 8 out of his last 10 starts, he's hit this, and 62% of the season, he's nailed over 2.5 catches. Again, I'm willing to ladder it up to maybe 5.5, getting like a very similar number to like Xavier Worthy, who has been more involved in the past handful of weeks down the edge of the season. But I am with you. I am very much in the belief that DeAndre Hopkins is going to play a very pivotal role for the Chiefs in this divisional round weekend.
Yes, like that. Honestly, I don't even mind parlaying the two together. Give me like the over 2.5 catches and the 30 yards. Like
they're gonna hurt you a little bit on the odds, but yeah, something like that. I also like him for a touchdown. I think the odds are not as good as Xavier Worthy, who is my official Chiefs touchdown pick, or for this game, he's my touchdown pick. Just because he can open up the deep part of the field, he can rush the ball, and they have been very creative with him. Honestly, I'm more inclined to take his unders on like the total receptions and still grab him for a touchdown.
Yeah, no, I most certainly don't mind that. And I know Jamie's like being funny here. He said, just a friendly note, Clay Martin is active for the Chiefs this week. Chiefs are 6-0 with him officiating in the Mahomes era. I do like that. Second prop for me in this game here. Give me a man that, it's wheels up now. I think they've been saving him a little bit for the stretch run here in the playoffs. We've seen this man run with passion, with fierce. His legs look like they punished the ground. Give me Isaiah Pacheco over. This opened at 35.5. It is now 41.5 rushing yards. I'll still take it at 41.5. I think that we're going to see him have an uptick in the opportunities on the ground. So I will take the 41.5 rushing yards because I do expect the Chiefs to be up in this game, which should lend to him having a few more rush attempts. So Isaiah Pacheco over 41.5 rushing yards, currently hitting at 40% last 5. Again, they've been keeping him down a little bit. 70% last 10, 70% last 20.
No, I like that a lot.
Also, Jamie says Hopkins TD. Yes, I do have Hopkins as well as one of my touchdown bets. I have it at plus 310. You can go get it plus 310. I believe that is over on BetMGM.
Yeah, I've got Worthy at plus 205, and that was DraftKings. My last prop in this one is CJ Stroud for an anytime interception, also paying -160. I just trust the Chiefs defense a heck of a lot more than I do the Texans offense at this time. I'm not saying that last week was a fluke. I just don't believe that the Texans can outperform two of the top defenses in the NFL in back-to-back weeks. And last week they were also playing at home, playing indoors. Now you're going outside, going up against the Chiefs, who are going to be well rested and well planned.
Yes, sir. The other touchdown I have in this game is again Isaiah Pacheco plus 165. I think they're going to allow him when they get within 5 yards to ground and pound that ball right into the end zone. So I'll take it at plus 165. I think if he scores next week, we get this closer to plus 100 if he scores this week, because I think that people are going to get on to it's Pacheco time once again.
Sure.
Also, Jamie says, are we not mentioning any of the Kelsey props? Dude is a playoff god. Jamie, that is exactly why I'm not mentioning any Kelsey props, is that I've seen a lot of people talking about it. Again, this kind of feels like
higher numbers, even for what Kelsey's put out this year. I think the touchdown is probably worth a look.
Yeah, I mean, and again, like, I don't blame you for betting it. It scares me on how many times I see it on Twitter. People are like, oh, Kelsey over 55. I don't know. Receiving yards. Jesus. I know I've seen people put him in for their touchdown parlays. Like, it just scares me a little bit. Now, do I think he gets there? Yeah, most certainly. But I don't want to give it to you people when everyone else is already giving it to you people on Twitter. So I don't blame you for betting that at all. I'm just not going to go in here and tell you that you should bet it because I see it everywhere.
Andrew's like, real original, guys. Come on, real original. Come on. All right, 8.5 point spread. What are you thinking here?
Yeah, give me the Chiefs minus 8.5. I mean, the Texans, good story, a great win by them last week. I was on them last week. It's different though. And again, like, this was already minus 7.5 for the Chiefs when it opened. It's minus 8.5 now. That means that a lot of stuff's coming on here, but rightfully so. I mean, the Chiefs are great at home. The second time that they're playing them. So, Andy Reid, big coaching discrepancy in my mind, how he's going to scheme this game up against the Texans. So yeah, I'll take the Texans minus 8.5. And also what this tells me is that, they allowed it to go to 8.5. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. Chiefs minus 8.5. What this also tells me is that the books are not scared of teasers as well in this, because going from 7.5 to 8.5, that's minus 1.5 to minus 2.5. That just tells me that, again, they think that the Chiefs at least beat this team by 3 or more points. So they are not scared of the teaser. And what that tells me is that they're also probably noticing that the Chiefs are going to cover the 8.5. I see this probably going to 9.5 by game time.
I think it came down. I think it was at 9.5, and then now it's come down to 8.5.
Did it get up to 9.5? It opened at 7.5.
Oh, okay. I thought it opened at closer to 10, but and that it had been coming down. But regardless, I'm with you. Chiefs cover the spread here. I do think the total is a bit of an easier pick. I like that lower total at 41 points. It's still a playoff game, and I know that they're playing outdoors, but I still think that the Texans can put up 16 to 17 points, and you're looking at a Chiefs team that's going to come out and maybe they don't score 30, but I think they're definitely in that 27 to 29 range.
Yes, sir. Anything else?
Chiefs money line.
Yeah, you got anything else here?
Nope. That's it. We can move on to the next one.
Okay. Next one down the line, Saturday night. We got my Washington Commanders, led by offensive rookie of the year, 4th in ESPN's rankings for MVP votes, Jaden Daniels,
nice.
Going to Detroit, the Motor City, with the Detroit Lions, minus 9.5. That is where I think it opened. I think I saw it go down to 9, back up to 9.5 now once again. I saw an interesting tweet that showed the money splits and the bet splits on this. It's pretty one-sided. It's like 90-something% on both the money line bets and the money line tickets, and then both 79 and 78% on the ATS money and picks as well on the Lions. So big discrepancy as far as the books are concerned on who they need to win this game and cover. That would be the Commanders. Right now, 9.5, like I said, and over 55.5. I don't think I don't think this line has moved for the over under. I think it's been 55.5 the entire time.
Sure.
Very interesting here. The Commanders can hang in, I think, but at the same time, I could also see this being a 20+ point blowout by the Lions. We've seen the Lions put up 40, 50 points whenever they want to, right? The Commanders defense is very middling. I will admit that, it is tough. Bobby Wagner, captain for them on the defense, dealing with an ankle issue. So he's probably not going to be 100%. He's going to go because he's a baller, but I mean, it's going to be tough. I mean, the problem I have as a Commanders fan against this Lions team is that they have so many outlets to score. You got Gibbs, you got Monty, you got Laporta, you got Amon-Ra, you got Jameson Williams. Like, I don't know how they're going to cover everybody. So I feel this being a little bit of a problem for them. But with that said, calm, cool, and collected, Jaden Daniels has kept this team in games the entire year. If this was the spread in every game, they'd be 18-0 against the spread. They have not lost a game by more than 9.5 points. So again, take that for a grain of salt. But my first prop bet up here is, and I don't want to take it from you, so I'm going to skip to a second one just in case you also have this one.
I don't have it. I don't have it.
Oh, you don't have Austin Eckler over 24.5 receiving yards?
You know who I do have?
Who?
Brian Robinson over
Oh no,
8.5 receiving yards.
Oh no,
he's hit it out 7 out of his last 10 games. It's a really low number. It's 8.5.
Yeah, I think the only issue, because I did see that, the only issue I have with that is if they get back by like 14 points early in this game, I don't think we're going to see B-Rob touch the ball a whole lot.
He's going to get this on the first drive.
Maybe. It's possible. I'm still going to go with Eckler. I mean, we saw what he can do with the ball in his hands. He caught that one ball for like 12 yards and then ran it for another 10. Like you see that out of Eckler, right? That's not like a B-Rob thing. But yeah, I'll take Eckler over 24.5 receiving yards. I think they're going to be behind in this game. Eckler's going to play a little bit more. I see him catching probably another 3-4 balls that should get him to the 24.5, as long as they don't do no stupid ass, like pass it to him like -6 yards behind the line of scrimmage and hope he can make a play. That's where I think he gets fucked here. But yeah, I will continue to ride the Eckler train because when he's in, he's good.
No, he has been. And like I said, no different than like a DeAndre Hopkins. This is exactly why the Commanders need some veteran presence, right? But you have Terry McLaurin, who's second in the league in receiving touchdowns, right ahead of Amon-Ra St. Brown. Oddly enough, I have Amon-Ra scoring the touchdown in this game over Terry. But I think that the Commanders can hang around. I am going to have them cover the 8.5 spread. I think buying them up to 10 is probably safer, and maybe putting some of the props that we're bringing up here, because I think 10 points for as good a team as the Commanders have been is very, very doable. Like you had just said, they haven't lost by 9.5 points this season. So I think that's a good way to go about it. And I think their offense just can keep them in this game. The Lions are also battling with their own issues on defense as well. They've been banged up down the stretch of the season, and they've been getting guys on and off the streets onto their roster that have been impactful. But now you're coming off a situation where you're coming off of a bye as well. Not a situation that the Lions are very familiar with. And that actually gives me pause more over than like the Chiefs, because the Chiefs have been in this situation a lot. They've had the bye. They haven't had to claw their way through. They know what it's like to come back and do a very important playoff moment and be, very present and play well after coming off of a bye. The Lions not so used to that. So the rest and wherewithal that they may have coming in, I don't know. It may hurt them a little bit. I think they still probably win this game. They are playing at home, but that home environment does also invite some level of chaos from an opponent that has a very, very good offense. The total I'm going to stay away from. Like I said, I do like the Commandos to cover. If you're not with me, I think that taking it up to 10 points is a very good point. Wasn't aware of that stat that Andrew had just dropped, but that gives me even more confidence there.
Yeah, and obviously, again, the superstition for me, I am not betting this game. I have not. Every time I do bet the Commanders, they lose. So guess what? Not doing it again. Didn't do it last week. Worked out for me.
For you.
Wearing the exact same shirt I wore on last week. Very superstitious man here. I have not washed my jersey since last time they lost either. It is sitting in the exact same place it sits all week long until I get it on at game time. My son knows too. We don't put our jerseys on until game time. Right at game time, we put it on. Very superstitious. I'm not betting it again. Yeah, I don't even have a lean. Okay, I'm not even leaning this shit. I do like Jamie's parlay here. I would be careful on the golf one, only because I think that the Lions, if truly could just run the ball a ton in this game and win the game that way. But I do like it. Golf 250 plus, Daniels 200 plus passing, which the Daniels one, semi-sketchy as well. Not a very good trend for the over 200 with him. Daniels 40 plus rushing, Lions money line, and over 55.5 for plus 350. It is. He did say that would you add Gibbs TD or Monray TD? That changes it, and or add the Chiefs money line. I would add Chiefs money line and also add Gibbs to see what that gives you.
Probably Chiefs money line, and yeah, Gibbs has hit touchdowns in 5 straight. So yeah, even with Monty coming back, I think he's pretty safe.
Yeah,
and like if anything, you get improved Gibbs odds because of Monty coming back. Sorry, what were we saying?
No, I was just answering Jamie here. Jamie, I would rather do that and then add Chiefs, like take off the 225, add Chiefs money line, and then like add Gibbs for the touchdown and see what that gives you. That feels a lot better.
Sounds good. What are your props in this game?
I did the Eckler. Another prop for me here is, and this is going off of fading De'Ami Brown last week, what he did, and Alameda Zacchaeus has a better matchup. If you look at their corners, Zacchaeus is pretty much getting arguably their worst one. His receiving line right now, 34.5. I'll take that over. We've seen him go last 5, 80% hit rate, last 10, 50%. They've gone and used him a ton. I think what also hurt him last week from 2 weeks ago was he dropped a wide open pass in the end zone 2 weeks ago. Should have had that, and he dropped it in the end zone. I think that hurt him, his chances last week of really repeating another great performance. They moved on to Dyami Brown, who did very well, and I think Dyami Brown will be involved, but I'm going to the matchup in this game. Zacchaeus, just much better matchup against that corner, so I'll take the over 34.5 for him.
Yep, I like that as well. Speaking of long balls, I saw Mike Robb not happy that I turned my back on Austin Eckler. But I can't have all the same picks every week. But this one is consistent, through the last handful of shows. Jameson Williams over 24.5 for longest reception. That is hit 3 out of his last 5 games. It's paying minus 125. I do think that Amon-Ra is going to have a big splash week, but given, again, kind of like how you mentioned, all the weapons in this Lions offense, it's really tough to keep everybody in check. I do see J-Mo slipping by that secondary for at least one long ball. Doesn't mean he'll score on it, but I do think he gets a good 30 to 35 yard reception on a middling secondary. They might be hyper focused on Amon-Ra or Laporta somewhere along the line, and J-Mo's allowed to break free. So give me the over 24.5 longest reception. Jameson Williams minus 125.
Yeah, don't hate that. I've been taking a lot of J-Mo in the underdog streets just because I think he can blow the top off Washington at some point. So I like that. But I'm going to take a longest rush over 18.5. It is you can only find 18.5. I believe it's on FanDuel right now. It's either FanDuel or BetMGM at 18.5. Everywhere else, 19.5 or more for Jahmyr Gibbs. Longest rush over 18.5. He's hit this 60% last 5, 60% last 10, 55 last 20.
Nice.
I've seen it time and time again because I watch every single Commanders game. Is when they get gashed for a big run, it's a large run. Like this 18.5 is probably going to look foolish at some point because I can see him busting off a 40-yarder at, So I like this a lot for Gibbs. Give me the longest rush over 18.5.
Yep, love that.
Also, Jamie in here.
What's up?
Says, can I send you both a free jersey this offseason for helping me win so much money? Any player you want. Jamie.
That's
a very nice gesture of you, my man. You most certainly do not have to do that. That is very kind of you. We are in this to help people, to also help them cash the bets that we are cashing. So we have obviously did pretty well for ourselves as well. Very, very nice of you. If you truly want to do it, I would never stop you. But at the same time, you most certainly do not need to do that.
You could donate them to your local Boys and Girls Club. Tag us. So good for
that. That's a random one just to go to Boys and Girls Club.
I don't know. YMCA is that? I don't know. I feel like Boy Scouts is too generalized.
See, I'd rather go to like an SPCA because we've been giving out dogs all year.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, look at that. That's a good one, right? But Jamie, yeah. That's completely up to you. That is very nice of you. You do not need to do that, though. We are not in this to get the handouts.
You can buy me a beer in Canton.
It says Meg Show guys had me bet the JMO 70+. Yeah, exactly. Like, see, they're smart people. They know it's a good bet because Washington has been burned multiple times this year by guys who are speedy that can either take it, a 10-yard pass and run it fucking 80 yards, or just catch a nice long ball. JMO can do both. Unfortunately, Commanders do allow that to happen. They have been better as of recent, I will say that. But, I mean, it's still a really good bet. And again, I like it a lot for underdog because we're shooting for the moon over there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Next up, we've got Eagles and Rams.
Well, I wasn't done with my stuff.
Oh, my bad, dog. My bad.
Oh, jeez.
Lay them all out, please. Put them on bed, please.
I got my touchdowns for this, if you want to go through touchdowns here.
Yes.
I got give me Amon-Ra minus 140 only due to the fact of he had made a comment a while back about this team had drafted this guy named Dyami Brown over me. He's part of that. Yeah, he's part of that hit list that he has in his locker. Don't love that.
Oh, shit.
So, yeah.
We better bet 2. We better bet 2.
Well, you saw the 2+ when we did the sheet for Wednesday. It was like plus 460. Like
That's
that tells me that they really think he at least gets one.
Yeah.
So I'll take the juice lay here of minus 140. He's spurned. He hates that other wide receivers.
I had minus 120, so I better get there quick.
Oh shit! Yeah, you better go now. It's 140. What was last time I looked here? The other bet I have, and this is I think if you're gonna gash the Lions somewhere around the goal line, if it's not going to be behind the legs of Jaden Daniels, it's probably going to be in the middle of the field, as we've seen multiple times. Daniels can throw a really nice ball. He did it to Terry last week. He did it to Jamison Crowder against the Eagles a few weeks back. I think this time it's going to be Zach Ertz right in the middle, dead center of that fucking end zone is going to be Zach Ertz at plus 270 for a man who scored 2 touchdowns a few weeks back. I'll take that all day long. Plus 270, Mr. Zach Ertz.
I like it. I just get scared that Jaden's going to keep him down there in the red zone. I'd like him to maybe take one as well in any time.
And I do not hate that either. Also, another stat, what is the same thing that happened in both games that the Lions lost?
Rushing QB. I don't know.
Rushing QB touchdown.
Nice. Who did they lose to? I thought they lost to the Chiefs. Does that count? Mahomes isn't
I know they lost to the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
And
also
Baker,
not a rushing QB. You're just saying that the starting quarterback rushed for one. That's
correct.
What you're saying.
Yeah. Sorry. When you said that and I said yes, I realized in my head it wasn't exactly coming out how I wanted that. But yes, the QB had rushed for a touchdown in both games that the Lions had lost.
Yeah, Daniels could go for two. And that to me, again, like when you're going indoors, there's no weather factor. You're just in a bubble of one game and you have two very good offenses. Anything can happen. Again, I'm going to go with the Commanders to cover that spread. Might sound crazy, but it's the playoffs. Weird stuff happens.
Jamie's over here playing a January Santa Claus. He wants to buy kids the kids fucking jerseys. Oh, Jamie, what a I'm wondering how much money Jamie actually won this year because he's over here like willing to lay the old credit card down.
The line is something hard to stay away from.
Oh, he says I run a jersey promo with tickets. I run a jersey promo with a colleague of mine, so I send out free jerseys to random people all the time. It's time for Degen Dads to cash in on my kindness. Well, I mean, when you put it that way, that sounds a lot better. I thought he was like, I thought he was running over to, I thought he was running over to Fanatics and dropping down fucking $500 trying to buy all these jerseys. I'm like, damn, Jamie, he must be rolling
DJ Moore in all white.
Jamie, get at us on the old Twitter machine, email. I don't know. I mean, is Jamie's on Twitter? Yeah, never mind. Get at us on Twitter. We could talk offline here. All right. Anything else for this game? You got any more props or anything else?
No, sir.
Okay. On to Sunday, the real day for NFL football. We got the Los Angeles Rams coming to treacherous Philadelphia to play the Eagles for the second time this year. I want to point that out because teams that play teams the second time, sometimes it does not go the same way as the first time. We have the Rams plus 6. Eagles minus 6.5. 43.5 is the total. Man, this one's, I think, going to be a really tough ground and pound game. We're going to have about mid-30s over here in Philadelphia as far as the degrees of weather with rain, maybe snow, depending on how cold it actually gets. Right now, they're calling for a mixture, which tells me it's probably going to be about 35, 36 degrees. So mixture of snow and rain could be an ugly one. The under, if I had to lean, is probably the way I would go here. But let's see. I actually only have one prop bet for this one. I'm going to take. So, okay, Saquon Barkley, his rushing total is massive this week. Like fucking, what is it, 111? No thanks. Don't want to go there. Do I think you could get there? Sure, I see that. He gashed him last time. But again, they're playing him the second time. Things usually tend to go the opposite direction. So if you want to take Barkley, I wanted to find a good way to go take Barkley. I looked at Barkley's longest rushes, okay? Throughout the year, he has been fairly good. When he can bust one open, other than when he's laying down to win the game, he can actually get there pretty easily. Barkley, over 18.5 longest rush. Again, shop this line because this is 19.5 at most spots. It is 60% last 5. And again, would have been more, but he laid down last game. 70% last 10, 60% last 20. Very good trend for a running back that has some get up and go speed. I like to look for that. That's why I like the Gibbs one as well. I think Barkley can get there and still not reach 111 yards total rushing. But I do think that his attempts are 21.5. I'm not going to touch that. I did hit that last week. I'm not going to touch that. Shout out Jamie, by the way. He's the one who kind of led us onto that. He's like, I bet it at 19.5. I'm like, it's 20.5. I'll take that. He got 23 last week. Shout out, Jamie. So that was nice. I don't want to touch that this week again, even though I do think it could get there with the weather the way that it's going to be. But I do like, with the weather the way it's going to be, and Barkley's get up and go speed, I like the 18.5 longest rush, and it's a pretty solid trend all year long. That is minus 120 right now with 18.5. You can get minus 110 at 19.5 if you want to go there. I will lay the juice and take 18.5.
I am not so much interested in the passing game for the Eagles here. If there is something that I like, it's Devontae Smith over his receiving yards, 55.5 receiving yards. He's hit this in 3 out of his last 5 games, and 50% of games played this season with A.J. Brown banged up, with Jalen Hurts struggling in the passing game coming back from injury. It's a tougher matchup on defense for them. The weather is going to impact them just the same. I'll take Devonta Smith over his receiving yards, but that's really about it. The rest I'm sticking to rushing. So Jalen Hurts, I have him for over his longest rush of 12.5 rushing yards, and he's hit that in 4 out of his last 5 games. I think that's what they're really going to need from him this week, is doing more with his legs, and then I also have him to score the anytime touchdown as well. So that's really where my head's at here. Those numbers for Puka, for Barkley, way too high. The numbers for Cooper Kupp are not he hasn't done enough to earn our trust, just to put any money forward. I know he's telling folks he's been doing a lot of praying, been getting down on his knees, talking to somebody about it, the whole situation. My role's reduced. I gotta talk to some folks about it. I don't know if you're buying in on him. I'm not putting my money on him. I wish Tyler Higbee was healthy. That was awesome last week. He gave me a lot.
I think he'll be. I think he's okay.
I still can't get behind it. And in the game overall, I lean the Rams. Cover, dogs, fading the birds.
Yeah, that is one of my dogs as well. Rams, I got plus 260 over on ESPN Bet. It's plus like 225, 230 most places.
Mm-hmm.
I went over and got 260 at ESPN Bet.
Nice.
So give me the Rams as my dog. I also have Kyron to score anytime touchdown, plus 100, even money for a man that just scores and scores and scores and scores. And then when you think he's not going to, he scores again. Mm-hmm. And then also give me Jalen Hurts, minus 110. I think I think everyone's going to be on Barkley. I will fade the public slightly and go to the Hurts side at almost even money. I like that a lot for Hurts and Kyron.
Yeah, when they get inside the 5, it's always going to be an option for them. Like I said, I have Hurts as well. I had him at minus 115. That longest rush for Hurts as well was also plus money. It was plus 100.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The other, I lied. I do have one more in this game. 2 more in this game, actually, for anytime touchdowns. Jesus, I have so many this week. I didn't know. I got so excited for the divisional round here. I have so many fucking bets this week. It's not even funny. Give me Dallas Goedert plus 340 again. It scored last week. I think again that the Rams should sell out to stop Barkley. If that happens, that's going to open the middle of the field a little bit with one of those linebackers creeping in to, try to stop Barkley. So I think that that's going to leave a little bit of space open for Dallas Goedert, especially in the red zone. So I will take the 340 there. And then also my long shot, Demarcus Robinson, plus 500. Had a nice little target share against them last time. And I think, did he score last time against them as well?
I'm not sure. They won. They put up a lot of points against the Eagles, like 30 plus.
They lost to the Eagles. It was 37-20, but he did. Yes, this was one of the games Demarcus Robinson had a touchdown. So I'll go back to the well here at plus 500 for a man who already scored here.
My strength of or verse opponents off because the Commanders beat the Eagles.
Yes, split, but yes.
And then the Ravens beat the Bills, but the Rams beat the Bills too.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry.
Correct.
Web up here.
Yes. So my long shot for this one, Demarcus Robinson plus 500.
Not bad.
Says Eagles haven't beat the Rams in the divisional playoff game in 75 years. However, they only play 3 games in that span. Yeah, unfortunately, if you go look at how Matt Stafford does when it's raining too outside, not great. He's like 1-8. So that's not a great trend for them, but trend's got to be bucked sometime, right?
He looked really good last week. I don't know, man. They better make those balls extra wet then. I don't know what to tell you.
Is that for real? Jamie says, how about Jordan Whittington 2+ touchdowns at 25,000 to 1 odds? For real? Is that? I mean, I would put a couple bucks on that. I mean,
I was gonna say like $1.
Why? Yeah, why fuck not? Right? I mean,
long time.
Jesus. Mike Ross says Andrew out here trying to be like his favorite president ever and give out money to the viewers like Biden gives to Ukraine. Right. Yep. Sure.
Andrew just went from 6 to midnight after that comment.
Oh, no. No, you went from midnight to 6, right? Up to down.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was hard to giving out all these props, and then he had to bring in old Veggie. He says, and Bears didn't beat anyone. Oh, man. Ginder comes back. You know, he told me, he's like, I'm going to be back in the chat. I miss you guys. I miss the show, right? So he comes back in, and he's already knocking on old Bruni there. He said, Jamie did say he put $1. See, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, why not, right? What's $1?
Better draft pick. It's almost draft season. So,
all right. Anything else for this game?
No.
Okay. On to our final game, which some say may be the best game of the week. We are definitely getting snow in Buffalo. Already snowing there. My father-in-law and mother-in-law are going up to my brother-in-law's house in New York this week, and he's like, yeah, there's going to be snow coming off the lake effect. I'm like, yes, there will be a ton of it, supposedly. So we're going to get ourselves what some are calling the best game / movie game because they always like when the NFL, zooms in. You got the snow coming down. You got white quarterback, black quarterback running against each other. If you watch ESPN, they're making it all about the race thing. They're like, oh, it's Lamar versus Josh Allen. I'm like, oh no. Well, there's ESPN for you. I'm surprised this isn't FS1.
Did they show Josh Allen's tweets from like the 7th grade when he said that he was black?
No. No.
If they're not pulling those up, then I can't take them seriously. Like the white versus black. I can't.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really watch ESPN anymore. I think it's just a bogus ass network. But I did see people tweeting about it. They're like, "Why is ESPN over here making this a race thing?" And I'm like, well, it's ESPN. But nonetheless, we got Bills at home, Ravens coming to town. Ravens road favorite -1.5. Total was 51.5.
They're both even money though on the money line.
Well, Ravens are -118.
And what are the Bills? -110?
Plus a hundo.
Oh, really? Where's that at?
On the screen.
Oh, okay. I'm not looking at the screen. I'm looking at the camera.
It's on the screen, the one I have pulled up for us.
Oh, so you have it on FanDuel. Okay. I'm looking at the camera.
Okay. Cool. Again, shop your lines. Jamie on my side says I haven't watched ESPN since 2012.
That's it? 2012? Or you haven't since 2012?
Yeah, he hasn't.
Okay, that's probably when the poker days were gone. Like they were just like.
Ginder says, I didn't say I missed anyone for the record. Just wanted to see which bets of mine Andrew has stolen so far. Dallas TD and Lamar over rushing yards. We didn't get to the second one yet there, which speaking of, and I will give Ginder his props. A few weeks back, he was like, man, I've been betting this, like it's been hitting. And I'm like, yeah, like I like that. You know, that's not, it's not bad. Interesting bet. It has been very good. If you look at the trends, I already bet it twice. Again, I have a problem this week with betting a lot of these twice because I really like them, and then I get high and I'm like, oh, I really like this bet, and I place it again. Then I go back and look, I'm like, fuck, I already bet that. So I bet it Lamar over 15.5 longest rush. It is now 16.5 pretty much everywhere. I don't think I've seen it at 15.5 anymore. Lamar over 16.5 longest rush. Last 5, 80%. Last 10, 60%. Last 20, 15.5 was 80%. When you move it down to 16.5, it is a 70% hit rate. So he's averaging a 70% hit rate on this in the last 20 games.
I don't think that we should just be scared at all of his overall rushing yards. I mean, they're using him as a direct runner on a lot of third down situations. And specifically in this game, I'm telling you, man, if they're 4th and 3rd, they're just going to go for it and let him run. Like in I got to imagine anything ahead of their 45, they're going to do it. Especially in a game like this where they can plug the run and really just challenge you. Hey, you just have to beat our secondary. And when you look at those receivers, you can kind of believe that the Ravens could do it. So I'm with you there. I think Lamar's going to be running a lot. Last week when I went to the game, they were setting up those direct runs. Like I said, on 3rd down, I'm confident that's going to be the case in a weather situation type of game.
Jamie bringing up every 12 years, the Ravens go on and win the Super Bowl. Trent Dilfer did it in the 2000 season, 28 years old. 2012, Joe Flacco, 28 years old. Lamar Jackson, 28 years old. Coincidence or lazy script writing? Interesting.
I don't know.
I like that.
That versus the Triple Crown champs, the back-to-back-to-back champs. I don't know. I don't know. If we're talking about narratives like that you want to buy, I don't know.
Ginder's the guy from the story about the honey and the sheep you talked about on the beginning of the show, right, Andrew? Some crazy stuff there. Didn't even know I'm doing. Oh my! Like sometimes I really want to know what Mike's smoking, because we know he's a fellow herbologist. Because some of the stuff he comes up with is quite interesting.
I'm still in full belief that he's only just like regurgitating responses from AI. But that's
Dark Side Dev pretty much fading the public here on this one. Fading the people who have been hitting on. He says, "I've hit this Lamar longest rush too much. I'm going with Henry this week." And again, I don't blame you on that.
Oh, that's again very much implied. I think 19 and a half, something like that.
Is that what it is? I don't even know.
So, yeah, I'm in that boat as well. I mean, he put up almost 200 last week himself. I mean, it was ridiculous.
Let's see. Where the fuck is it here? Longest rush. 20 and a half on FanDuel for Henry. Okay. Also, yep, 16 and a half right there. Yeah. So what do you think of the other one I have here? And this is just because he had 15 last game. Mm-hmm. Lamar over 9.5 rush attempts. I think Lamar calls his own number in these playoff games, which is why we saw him rush so much last week. I think he can do it again at over 9.5. If on some books, if you want to alt this up to like 12, 13, 14, 15, you can get some serious juice on Lamar's rush attempt. So if you want to ladder this up, I do not blame you. I might take it for like 12 or 13 and get like
I was going to say, I don't know about laddering it up, but I'm all but with you there. I mean, minus the laddering and just like I said, like last week, it was the play calls. Like they're purposely putting them into just direct runs, even on first and second down. But when they get to that short yardage situation on the third and fourth downs, they're going to do it a lot, especially this week. Spread everybody out, keep Henry back there with you, and you can almost use him as a lead blocker. It's not even fair. So I very much feel like that's in play. But I mean, buying it up to 12.5 for even Lamar, I think is a bit much, no?
I mean, I don't know, man. If it's okay,
what
so
type
it helps.
Odds are you getting? What for 14 carries? What would you get?
Hold on. Let's go look here. Actually, you know what? Here,
does FanDuel even just saying that sounds so much?
Does FanDuel have it?
Like 10, 11 feels like the best number.
I don't think FanDuel has it. Hold on. I think I saw it on BetMGM. Let me look.
DK typically has those available like at all times because remember I kept having a problem getting the longest rush unders against the Ravens. I don't know what James Cook's at, but I'm still not touching that in a cold weather game.
Let's see. Rush attempts. Here we go. Lamar. But DK does it dumb. They go up by 5. Lamar's rush attempts. They have 10 plus minus 120, 15 plus 295, 20 plus 550. I saw over on Caesars, which I do not have the book, but I was looking through a bunch of lines. You could get like over 15 rush attempts. It was like plus 900.
Ha ha ha.
Yeah. Like, hold on. So I want to see what BetMGM has, because honestly, like I could just see it. The weather is going to help as well. If it really is truly snowing there, like I don't think they're going to want to bomb the ball down the field a ton. I think if anything, it's going to be Henry and Lamar just running all over hell and creation. So let me see what BetMGM has, because this could be something that I.
If anyone's bombing the ball, I think it's going to be the Bills in this.
100%. Yes.
I just don't see Lamar having a very good time throwing the ball this week. Even if Zay Flowers plays, he's not going to be 100%. In this situation, he could take one bad hit. He could be gone after 4 or 5 plays, not even. Even if they could stretch that 4 or 5 plays and it like into the third quarter, whatever, you're not going to get much out of him. And if you do, he's going to stand a high chance to get hurt. I think they'll probably sit him in this one. Some other picks, because we've been talking about Lamar Jackson quite a bit. I got some really low numbers. Okay. Justice Hill over 8.5 rush yards. I'm not sure how many attempts he had last week, but I can tell you for a fact that the people that I were sitting around were very upset that every time that Justice Hill touched the field. Okay. We got King Henry for a reason. Let him wear the crown. Let him run. Let him eat. And I heard it a lot. Okay. Justice Hill can easily clear 8.5 just off of a freebie. Also look for his receiving. And Derrick Henry, I like his receiving yard total over 7.5. He's hit this in 3 out of his last 5 games and 50% of games this season. A little bit of role reversal there for those guys. Henry catching one, Justice Hill rushing for, whatever, 3, 4, 5 attempts for 9 yards, easily able to do. And then Henry getting 1 or 2 catches for over 7.5 receiving yards. I think those combinations are what's going to be needed in a game like this, where you're trying to keep the defense guessing, even though they know you're going to use the running back because they can't move the ball in the air.
Sorry, I'm trying to look up the Lamar Jackson rush attempts.
Couldn't get him off Lamar. I tried, guys. I tried. How about Keon Coleman? 7 out of his last 10 games, hitting the over on his receiving yard total, 24.5 yards. And he's hit it in 70% of games played this season. The Ravens secondary has been better. If they're doing their part early on in this game, I can easily see Keon Coleman getting a freebie target or two for a couple of catches downfield to easily clear that 24.5. Again, a number that he's consistently hit, 7 out of 10 times, 70% this season.
Nice. I cannot find these rush attempts. So if I can find it, I'll put it out on Twitter then. But if anybody wants to ladder that up, feel free.
What else you got?
I have anytime touchdowns for this. Give me Dawson Knox plus 600.
Wow.
They went to him last week, tried to. He fell. He slipped. Not a big deal. I think they try to go back to him again. Also, if you want to go, I do think that
wasn't that Dalton Kincaid, or did that happen to both of them?
Both of them. Dalton Kincaid was also looked at in the back of the end zone, but something happened and they never got it to him.
Yeah, he slipped and fell.
But yeah, Dawson Knox got slipped, or he fell. It would have been the Bills' first touchdown. It wouldn't have been the first touchdown of the game, but it would have been his first or their first touchdown. It was right along the pylon. He slipped, fell, and never got there to him. So they obviously did go and look at him. So I'll take the plus 600 again here on Knox potentially scoring in a game that we are probably going to get some weather. The other tight end I like in this game, give me Isaiah Likely plus 280. I also like Andrews, but I figure Bruni's on that, so I ain't gonna, I'm not gonna.
I don't even have it. I don't even have a touchdown pick. Too much juice. I mean, Andrews, okay. I figured you were gonna have because you said.
Well, I do. I like them both. So I like Andrews and Likely. Likely's 280, plus 280. Andrews is what, plus 165 now? I think 170, something like that. He was 175 opened. Mm-hmm. I like both those as well. I just like all the tight ends in this game. I think in a snow game, we're gonna see just a little bit shorter passing, more rush attempts, stuff like that. So I think that tends to lean in favor of the tight end sometimes. So I'll go and just take the tight ends, and then I do have the Bills as my dog.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get it. When I was looking at DK earlier, they were both getting even money. So the Bills would be my pick here. They're both very, very good teams. I just think that the Bills overall have been a better passing and rushing team, like overall better team performance, where the Ravens have just had to rely on Lamar and Henry so much. If they can clog that run game up, they're going to be in big trouble because, again, this situation isn't going to benefit Lamar Jackson. He's played in some cold weather stuff in the wind here in Baltimore, but with the snow on the road in the playoffs, when the teams are this close and as well-rounded as the Bills have been this year, they're going to be my pick here. So, yeah, definitely run around, shop around, find the juice, find the plus money, because you definitely deserve somebody in this game to have just a little plus 100, just a little plus.
Yeah, I did see, and shout out Mike McClure of CVS. He put this out. He gave out, and this can only be done on FanDuel. No other book will allow you to do it. You can go get Lamar Jackson 25 yards rushing, Josh Allen 25 yards rushing, Bills plus 11.5, Ravens plus 1.5, minus 120.
Interesting.
So you can take both sides of the plus 1.5, plus 11.5. You can't do that on any other book.
Yeah,
so
why would they let you take both sides of that?
No idea, but they do. So I just thought, I mean, that's like, I mean, you're laying a little bit of juice, obviously, but unless you really think one of these teams can lose by 11.5, I mean, I just don't see how that's possible in this game. So I went and took it. I thought it was a very interesting bet to make. So yeah. I put a nice little chunk of change on it at minus 124.
Okay. All right. Let's ride. Let's fly. My only other one in this one is another low number. Matt Collins, 17.5 receiving yards. He's hit that 8 out of his last 10 games. This guy's a dog. He just digs and works in the trenches, constantly blocking, setting the edge. Josh Allen, James Cook, whatever backup running back they want to throw in, Ray Davis, Ty Johnson. he's benefiting and, doing the work for these guys, to have success running down the field. So they throw to him because of that. 17.5, very light for a game where, again, I see the Bills just spreading it around. I mean, we saw Curtis Samuel have a touchdown last week. What in the world? Like, they can pull anybody out of their pocket here. I'm going after the low numbers in this one. Again, some of the taller orders like Lamar, I don't hate it. I think that the game flow should push him to run the ball. Same for Henry. And this one, just because of how tight it's going to be, I want to go after some really low totals.
Yep. So I have 2 anytime touchdown parlays. One's all running backs, one's all tight ends, and then I have a couple of those game specials to give out as well that I thought were interesting, worth a few shekels. So first, all running back touchdown parlay for everybody. Give me Isaiah Pacheco, Jahmyr Gibbs, Saquon Barkley, and Derrick Henry. Again, that's Pacheco, Gibbs, Barkley, and Henry. Put all them together. It is wildly different all over the place. I went over to, I believe it was DK, and got this at 8-1.
Mm-hmm.
So again, that's Pacheco, Gibbs, Barkley, Henry. A lot of those outside of Pacheco are ugly to bet on their own. So I put them all together and went to the 8-1 window as well.
What do
so
you think about just doing the same thing, but with Kareem Hunt? Just build the same ticket, but with Kareem Hunt.
I don't know. I think I'm just a Pacheco believer this week.
But you could have both. What if they both score and all those other guys too?
Sure, yeah. Mix and match as you wish. But I'm going to take that again. That's Pacheco, Gibbs, Barkley, Henry, 8-1. Then I did an all tight end parlay. Okay, give me Dalton Schultz, because if you're gonna hurt the Chiefs in any way, it has been the tight end all year long.
Mm-hmm.
So I will go over and take Schultz, because I think everyone's going to be on Kelsey as so. I like that. But I'm going to go take Dalton Schultz. Give me Zach Ertz. Give me Dallas Goedert. And give me Isaiah Likely. I went and bet this. Bruni, what do you think that pays? So again, that's Schultz, Ertz, Goddard, and Likely.
24-1.
I'm sorry. What?
24-1.
Higher.
50-1.
Higher.
85-1.
85, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Higher.
1,200.
What? 1,200?
1,000.
1,000 would be 10-1. You
10
think
to
it's 1,000-1? No. Higher. Alert. 344-1.
So bet it.
I did.
Okay.
I did.
Okay.
I had a free bet of $7.50 on one of the books. So this was on BetMGM. I got this at 344-1. So my $7.50 would pay $2,580. Again, that's one touchdown per. Schultz, Ertz, Goddard, Likely.
I said 85, then I said 1,200.
I know you. I was like, where the fuck are you going? 1,200? That's a massive jump.
I don't know. I wasn't hitting it. I wasn't at the number.
Yeah. Again, Schultz, Ertz, Goddard, Likely, 344-1. Some other just game specials. Over on FanDuel, you can find these under the game specials for each one of these games.
Mm-hmm.
A couple I put together here. I like in the Rams and Eagles game, just because everyone's going to think it's a low-scoring game, and so do I.
Team sacks for the Rams.
No.
Yes.
No, but that was funny. Last week, they had Sam Darnold running for his life. He's out there seeing ghosts again. No. So for the Rams and the Philadelphia Eagles games, each team to score one rushing touchdown and one passing touchdown in each half. That's 300-1. Right?
Okay. All right.
Not bad.
I'm following.
Okay. Then I got another 3 here that I like that I put together. I put the Commanders and Lions game, Jahmyr Gibbs and Jaden Daniels to each have 5 rushing yards in each quarter. Okay, that's 550-1. Or I'm sorry, that's plus 550 by itself. Kyron Williams and Saquon Barkley to each have 10 rushing yards in each quarter. That's plus 700. And then the Ravens and Bills, each team to score 1 rushing touchdown and 1 passing touchdown. Not each half, just 1 rushing, 1 passing touchdown each, Ravens and Bills. That's plus 150. Those together give you 129-1. So again, that was Gibbs, Daniels, 5 rushing yards each quarter. Kyron, Barkley, 10 rushing yards each quarter. And the Ravens and Bills both to score 1 rushing touchdown and 1 passing touchdown.
I'm with Mike here. I think we need a backup tight ends card. I think we need Noah Gray. Isaiah Likely, Cal Katera, Brock Wright. Who am I forgetting? Oh, Ben Sinnott. All right, we'll leave Ben Sinnott out. But at least Cal Katera, Noah Gray, Isaiah Likely, bare minimum.
Yeah. I mean, again, you can go Andrews and Kelsey and all that, but it's not the juice isn't all there like you can with some of these other guys. So come on, I'm trying to
find you more juice, and he was just trying to do a likely pun there.
I know, I saw.
He was trying to do a little likely pun.
I see it.
Let Jamie have his fun. We're getting jerseys. He can have all the fun he wants.
Oh, Beginner says and Cole Kmet. Add that. Oh,
are they going to bring him back to play for Notre Dame this Monday or something? What are they going to do? What are they going to do?
All right, so that's all the fun ones I have for everybody. Divisional round, got to have a little fun with it. Bruni, anything else for the people before we build ourselves a show parlay, which we would have hit last week, Bruni, but the Jalen McMillan did not come through. God dang it, Jalen, you motherfucker couldn't get the 53.5 yards. We hit everything else, by the way. I was just like, fucking, really? And he had, I think, 2 passes that I saw. One that wasn't really anywhere near him, but it was to him. And then another one that he could have caught that may have got him close to that, but he did not catch it. So,
I'm going to draft way too much of him in like 3 weeks.
All right. Let's do this, Bruni. We're going to do an 8-picker, okay? 3 from you, 3 from me, 2 from the chat. So, chat, get in here. Give us anything you want. Props, touchdowns. I think we should probably keep the money lines out of this, but there's a few I'll entertain.
I've got Hopkins on receptions. So 2.5
on receptions. All right. Hold on. Un momento. Por favor. Total receptions, Mr. DeAndre. All right.
Wow. Went up. I got like minus 1.
Hold on, I'm gonna pull this up. This total here. There we go. Okay. So you like that? I'm gonna go with. Let's go over here.
Can we pair longest rushes or longest receptions with these or no?
I believe so. Yes.
We already have a Hopkins pick. Get out of here, Ginder. Shoo.
Lamar, let's see, rushing 40, 20, 50. We got Henry.
I thought we were doing Lamar the 50.
I'm looking.
I just saw it.
Oh, Ginder likes that? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were saying I'm looking. Oh, okay.
I thought that's what you were looking for because it was on the screen right in front of you.
Okay, Lamar, 50. All right. Everyone calm down.
Can't parlay longest rush. That sucks because I wanted Hurts in there.
You can't parlay the longest rush?
No. That's what Ginder just said. That's probably correct on FanDuel because they're gay.
Well, it lets us put it in, so I don't know.
Then I'll do Jalen Hurts then.
See, Barkley's there, so you want to do Hurts?
Ginder, be quiet. Gibbs number 2 high for me. I veto. Monty's coming back.
You don't like that 70?
Monty's coming back. Jamie says
really?
Locked, so I guess we locked. So that's it. He says locked, so that's it.
I mean, I don't mind 70. I mean, what's his real line? 83.5.
All right, do it up.
He says, "Do it up." Hey, don't fucking fuck with the chat. All right, the chat knows what's up. 70
rush yards at minus 215 for anybody. Fucking terrible number. Terrible number.
Relax. Jeez.
I thought my Hopkins price was bad.
Somebody woke up on the wrong side of the rocks this morning.
The Rock?
Yeah.
Sleep? What are these things?
I'm gonna take what's Pacheco for 25? 410 to this that adds. Okay, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna take him for 25. And then I do want to throw some anytime touchdowns in here to spice this motherfucker up. Are there any that we liked together?
Amon-Ra,
yep. Scorned a guy.
Andrews, we both love. I'll go with Likely if you want to both do that one too. Doesn't matter.
Amon-Ra.
I like under 20 days left till Andrew gives up on his Mr. Beast fantasy and starts to shoot his shot more on his level. Vegas Dave.
Hey, it never hurts to try, Mike Rob.
I'm gonna keep
never hurts to try.
I'm gonna keep retweeting it. Don't
you never know. You never know. You might see me out there. Fucking winning $5 million
on like the first 5 minutes.
That would suck. I would be sad.
I tell you what, I wouldn't be one of those people that's just like, yeah, I'm just like leaving with no money or anything at all.
All right, Mark Andrews.
I'm just gonna be nice.
All right, so far we have Lamar Jackson 50+, Mark Andrews touchdown, DeAndre Hopkins over 2.5, Isaiah Pacheco 25, Gibbs 70, Amon-Ra touchdown, Hurts over 12.5 longest rush.
We both also like the Hurts touchdown too.
Yes, that is accurate. Just looking over my props here to see if there's anything else that sticks out. I mean, I like the Lamar, but I have that like fucking everywhere. I don't think I want to put that in this parlay.
Thanks for not ruining it from the jump.
Got you. 10-4. Big dog. Yeah, I mean, you're right. We both do like the Hurts, and we could get that at the same time. Oh no, see, we can't parlay that with the longest rush.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why. Wait, what the fuck? We can't put Barkley in there either?
Maybe you have Barkley for a longest rush too.
Yeah, but not in here.
Oh, I thought you did.
No.
I thought you did.
Interesting. So it won't let us do that because of probably the longest rush for Hurts. I don't know what the correlation is there between those two fucking things, but
I would go back up to the top, man. I could have swore that you had a Barkley longest rush to lead off.
Well, here it is. So Lamar, Mark Andrews, Hopkins, Pacheco, Gibbs, Amon-Ra, and Hurts.
Okay, that's super weird. I don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie says JMO at 60 is fine, or if you want to do JMO long ball, I'm good with that too.
JMO, but I mean, is that too much? Oh no, I guess not. Gibbs 70, Amon-Ra touchdown. I like how we're putting in no Commanders things in here.
Put in Ertz. I don't care about Ertz. Or Brian Robinson over receiving, Eckler over receiving. I don't care. We're both there. We're saying that the running backs are going to get their props. So whichever one you like more, go ahead. Brian Robinson, though, he's been hitting that 7 out of 10, 8 yards.
JMO 50. And then do you have any qualms? Do you think the Chiefs honestly lose this game at all?
No.
All right. We're throwing the Chiefs money line as well. Fuck it. Fuck it. We're doing it live.
Let's also throw in the Kyron TD.
Kyron TD, lock. Fucking throw it in.
It's a smash. Wiles, if he was here, he would not be having that.
He likes Kyron. Kyron, Notre Dame guy. He's a Notre Dame guy.
Oh, okay. That's true.
But that is true. He's been making fun of me all week where I'm like, I kind of like the Rams. He's like, fucking, it's the birds. Go birds. Go birds. All this shit. I'm like, oh, okay. Relax.
Hey, did you hear?
Oh, what the fuck? We can't put in what? We can't put in the Kyron? Is this what is what? Why? What is
know.
It's the Hurts longest rush.
It's I don't know. Soviet Union America. I don't know what to tell you, buddy.
So weird why it won't let us put that in there. That is dumb. Yeah. So if we're having the Hurts in there, it won't let us take anything else from that game.
Just because you said that they're gonna win the Natty now, Ginder. Like, what are you trying
to
do?
They don't. No.
Well, now they're gonna. You can't have Ginder just running around the streets saying "fuck Notre Dame" freely without repercussion.
Before Ohio State won that game, I did go put a bet on them to win the national championship at -140. You cannot even sniff that number anymore with the way that it is. So do feel okay about that. All right. So we have 9 in here. This is the 78-1. Here's what we got. Make sure we want to lock this in. Lamar Jackson, 50. Mark Andrews, touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, over 2.5 receptions. Isaiah Pacheco, 25. Kansas City money.
Start the whole thing over.
Gibbs 70+, Amon-Ra touchdown, JMO 50+, Jalen Hurts over 12.5 longest rush, 78-1.
Kinder saying
we're gonna put in $1 bazillion. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. The state of Pennsylvania is about to be completely knocked out of all the football conversation after this week.
Oh, come on, fingers crossed.
It really won't matter.
He says some Penn State fan betting OSU. He didn't even watch the game. He was trying to watch a fucking Surviving Barstool or whatever. So I don't want to hear that.
It's a great game. It's a great game. But Notre Dame won. Suck a dick. Okay.
Yeah, barely.
Win is a win is a win. The Commanders barely beat the Bears. Barely.
Hey, you know what?
A
That was
win is a
magic,
win.
baby. That was magic. All right.
So is Notre Dame, baby.
Yeah, I don't know. Refs helping out a little bit. I ain't gonna.
Damn. Jamie just laid down the
Oh,
law. Suck a dick.
jeez.
Suck a dick.
Ouch.
Rolling it, says Jamie. Rolling it.
Ouch. Jamie, I thought we were friends.
Yeah. Mic drop.
All right. Anything else for the good people?
Yeah, put a $10 on that thing. Let's ride.
I I can't do it on my fucking computer. It's that stupid ass. I have to do it on my
Oh,
phone.
yeah,
I'm doing
yeah,
it right now on
yeah,
my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Yeah. All right. Nope, that is it. The Bears beat the Packers. That, again, Ginder just stay out here with the facts. Yes. Yes, very good.
Oh, I'm gonna send y'all a Sandusky Penn State jersey.
Not me.
Jesus.
Not me. You can send one to Ginder, though, with a bag of baby carrots.
Ouch. Yeah, Jamie, hit us up. The old, now that I know that you're slinging Chinese knockoff merch. Hey, I'm all in, buddy. Let's go.
Let's ride. Let's fly.
All right, everyone. It's been real. Enjoy the games this week. Please bet irresponsibly. You do only have a few weeks left. You have 3 more betting weekends left in the NFL, including this weekend. Bet irresponsibly. It is that time of year. Your bankroll, if you die, you don't take it with you to the 2025 season. Use it now. Use it now.
Do it while you still can. Do
That's
it while you still can. Just like today, you need to go into TikTok and post all your winners there because it's the last time you're going to do it.
Yes, sir. Thank God TikTok's gone. Fuck TikTok.
What are you going to do if Mr. B buys it, though? You're going to be so effed. You're going to be so effed.
I will.
Your complete online narrative and footprint has been anti-TikTok.
I know. I hate TikTok.
And now he's going to put those eyes and those teeth right on the brand logo.
Yep. Neat.
Yep.
As the kids
and
say.
You're not gonna have anything to say or do. Nothing. Nowhere to run. Very good show, everybody. Very good show. Chat, appreciate you. Ginder, you're okay. Jamie, you're better. Take care. Be well. Be good. If you can't be good at it. Also, just, Mike Rob, shout out.